r/AskReddit, girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped, and the guy just didn't get it? I've been platonically flashed before, so I definitely don't blame that guy. Woman shows you her tits unsolicited. Man shows you his dick unsolicited. My now wife and her friend tried to get me to go out with both of them to a movie that I'd been talking about wanting to see for weeks. I declined. I don't want to be a third wheel, but they said they already had tickets. I thought they were just being nice and I didn't want to intrude in their girls' night. I said they could return my ticket, but thanks so much anyway. I'm a fool on so many levels. Hey, sounds like it all worked out for you though. So you missed a threesome. This thread's gonna hurt. I always realize I'm being hit on like years later. Full years. Just hits me all at once. Oh well. It's either going to be how did I miss that or none of this ever happens to me. Same. I went through elementary and high school thinking, nah, it'll never be me. Years after dropping out, I found out how many girls had a crush on me that I never noticed. We'd been flirting for months. I told him I was going out for dinner. Did he want to come too? He declined. I figured that he wasn't interested and it was just fun flirting, not real flirting. Oh well. Years later he asked me if I was asking him out. When I said I totally was, he was just OMG, I didn't realize until like a week later and practically died of shame because I was into you. We were with different people by then and had a good chuckle about it. I actually asked my now husband out on our first couple of dates. And asked him to marry me. Been married 23 years soon. Pretty sure he still doesn't get it sometimes. I once asked a guy if I could kiss him. We had been hanging out in a way that was conducive to that, and he said yes. I kissed him. It was great. But then we just parted ways in a natural way. Does he know he is married? 2 nights ago I asked my boyfriend, can I get some of that? And touched his crotch. After about 30 minutes of weirdness, I said, hey, it's okay if you don't want to do anything, let's just go to bed. And he hit me back with a wait, I didn't know you wanted sex, why didn't you say anything? Bruh. Asked a dude what he'd do if I had feelings for him while we were slow dancing, and right after asking him to promise me he won't forget about me after he moves, we were 13 BTW LOL, and he basically said like that could happen. Should have told him, well, it did. I hate that this entire post is just different versions of I didn't think she could be into me. Because it's me. Not a girl, but it happened with a friend. The girl invited him to a dinner at her place, then after some Netflix she got under the blanket and challenged him to guess if she'd be able to get naked under the blanket right there without him noticing. Granted, it was nearly first such interaction he was completely clueless and just discarded that as goofing around with a friend. Edit, I can't spell even with the autocomplete. Oof. I got second-hand cringe from this one. Before I dated my ex, we were good friends. I spent the night at his place one time after we hung out with friends since I didn't want to go home. I had a crush on him for a few weeks by then and he, apparently, was into me for years. Anyway, I slept in his bed and he was going to sleep on a couch. I was a bit drunk and so I had the courage to ask him come sleep with me. He replied no. Thinking I was joking. 3 days later, this man calls me all shocked that I was hitting on him. He told a friend about the interaction and they had to point it out. I told my best guy friend that I normally sleep in the nude and later mentioned that he could help me change into my sleepwear during a sleepover. He ended up sleeping on the couch and I was left disappointed in the bed. Well, if you use this ally sleep in the nude and then you proceed to tell him you want to be donned in sleepwear, what did you expect? Sounds exactly like I won't sleep nude now because of you. Told a dude I loved him, he laughed and said I was funny, thought that meant he wasn't interested. He ended up asking me out an hour later when I asked what changed. He said he told his mom and sister what I said and talked some sense into him. It's a good thing at least he did listen to 2 women who had his best interest at heart. That's encouraging. Genuine question for guys. How to know if a guy is really oblivious or he acts this way because he's not interested? Genuine answer, just ask him and communicate. Threw a pillow under his gaming desk, closed the door. Looked him in the eyes. He got scared, straight face. I then told him I wanted to support him while he's playing video games. He still didn't get it. I then told him and he laughed about his stupidity. I literally said I am trying to tell you that I like you twice and he still didn't get it. Not a girl but a guy that missed an obvious sign. Let's call her Jenny, not her real name. So Jenny liked me but obviously I didn't realize it. Well, one day Jenny's cousin talks to me out of nowhere. She brings up that Jenny always talks about me to her, the cousin. The cousin said that Jenny always says how I am nice, funny, and that Jenny likes to be around me. Well, a few years later, I realized Jenny sent her cousin as a messenger pigeon to confess to me. I am so stupid. Sir. I literally kissed you. Poor Jenny. Being naked on the side of the bed putting lotion on. He went to sleep. Literally moved his hand to the right place and he huffed and immediately moved his hand back to rubbing my groin. Moved his hand again and said it feels good here and he got mad and shouted, I know what I'm doing. Then got upset when I didn't want to have sex anymore and I left. But he knew what he was doing. I laid on top of him, fully clothed, we were just hanging out, looked him dead in the face, and said, hey, I like you as more than a friend and would like to kiss your face. And it still took him a week. Together for 8 years, married for 2. Going to answer for my ex. She kept throwing hints at me, to the point of straight up telling me she liked me. I did not get any of the hints. She only made me realize her intentions when she straight up told me I am in love with you and I want to be your girlfriend. How did she turn into an ex? I said no thank you. I have a hotel room nearby. His response was oh, cool. So we'll see you tomorrow then? I would think this was just a not interested situation but he did call me the next day and asked if ID meant for him to join me and cursed a lot when I said duh. I'm sitting here laughing only because, yes as men we are that oblivious. The missed opportunities over the years are just mind-blowing. Had my crush over and we were sitting in my living room and I looked at him in a manner I felt was admiring and said I do like it when you come to visit. And bless him he looks up and smiles and says I like visiting too. So I say but I really like it when you come to visit. And he smiles wider and says I really like it too. And goes back to what he was doing and says no more. I've been out of the game too long. I suck at this. Getting my tits out. That's not a hint, that's 2 very strong arguments. Erica. Geez, I will never lie this down. Maybe she's from Canada and was just being nice. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.